Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Got a fragrance review for you guys today. Checking out this one, Bentley for Men Black Edition. Found this at my local Burlington's, which is a rack store, kind of like TJ Maxx or Ross's. I think that this was 25 bucks, might have been 30, but I think it was 25. Had to scoop it up. I'm a big fan of the line. The one that gets talked about the most from this line is going to be Bentley for Men Intense. You see that one all the time on cheap fragrances that smell expensive lists, or designer fragrances that smell like niche fragrances, bang for your buck lists, all that stuff. But really, that's this line in general. Bentley for Men Absolute, also really good, so I had to pick this one up. I didn't know anything about it in terms of what it smelled like or if it was supposed to smell like anything else. Just a fan of the line, so I grabbed it. In this video, we're gonna go over the presentation. I'll break this one down and let you know whether or not you should check it out, because this one right here might be the Bentley for Men fragrance that gets talked about the least. So let's jump into this. And let me know in the comments below which Bentley fragrance is your favorite. Typically, they're a great bang for the buck, so I know a lot of you out there really like them. Let me know which one you like the most. If I had to guess, Bentley for Men Intense, probably gonna be the winner. Let's start off with the presentation. The box has a really smooth feel to it, almost kind of plasticky. That's not really the best way to describe it, but has an interesting feeling to the box. Got the name of the house, the fragrance, size, and concentration all here on the front. It's an eau de parfum. Nothing on the top, nothing on the side other than this little design that carries over around the whole box. On the back, you've got your ingredients, and then on the bottom, you've got your badge code, which is 104582F19. And one thing you'll notice right here, Lalique Beauty. Lalique, really well known for the Encre Noir line. And here we have the bottle. It's in your standard Bentley for Men bottle design. This one, though, being the black edition, does have a black bottle with this kind of brushed look to it. Actually looks really nice in my opinion. Got the Bentley name on top of the cap, Bentley logo right here on the front. Cap slides really snugly into place. One thing about these bottles that I think is a little bit funny looking, but maybe I'm alone here, is that the bottle looks so big and beefy, and then the atomizer looks really small, just kind of poking up there, so it looks like a bodybuilder with huge shoulders and then a tiny little head. And then on the bottom here, you've got your sticker with your badge code. I'll go ahead and waste a couple sprays for you guys here so you can see how it works. There we go. Pretty good. This one here, Bentley for Men Black Edition, is a 2018 release, not been out all that long. Again, from this line, the one that gets talked about the most, Bentley for Men Intense. You would think with this one being Black Edition, that the fragrance is going to kind of follow along in the Bentley for Men Intense or Absolute direction. Kind of be a fragrance for nighttime use in the fall, in the winter, be really heavy, dark, resinous, maybe even smoky, but it's not. It opens up surprisingly fresh. There's a bright tangerine that you get right away, so you've got some citrus sweetness and freshness in there, a little bit of powdery violet leaves, but it's not really what you would expect from a Bentley fragrance that is the Black Edition. There are also some pops of spice in here, a little bit of pink pepper, so you just get little pops here and there. Also a slight earthy undertone. Not really what I would call dirty though. It's not at all a dirty fragrance actually. It just comes across more grown up maybe. Through the mid, it's got really nice sweetness, not too much, not too heavy, not too thick, not cloying. There are little puffs of incense that start to come out through the mid, as well as some woodiness, a little bit of papyrus as well. You do still have a little bit of that violet in the mid and into the dry down as well. You also get a little bit of dry tobacco as this one dries down, but not a whole lot. It's not really a focal point, just kind of a little nuance. The incense in here is more of a bit player. Like I said, little puffs of it here and there. It never really ramps up a whole lot. It's just in the background. Once it does dry down, it's more so about dry woods, and they come across like a modern dry wood because they have an ambroxan sort of feel to them. You get occasional hints of sweetness, Not too much, just like the mid, little bits here and there, and that earthy undertone is still there in the dry down as well. I do wish maybe that it leaned more into the sweetness or leaned more into the darker aspects of the fragrance, because it really doesn't. It kind of rides this line between the two. The fragrance is good, definitely good, but not great. I think that Absolute is better, and I think that Intense is better as well. I would, though, take this one over Bentley Azure. I think that it's a little better than that one, but Intense, Absolute, and the original Bentley for Men, I think they're above this one. Again, it's good, it's not great. Let's talk about the performance really quickly. In terms of longevity, above average 7 to 8 hours, so nothing to complain about there. In terms of projection, best in the first hour and a half or so, then it starts to sit a little bit closer to the skin, but above average there as well. So for me, this one is a good performer, nothing to complain about. In terms of versatility, this one's a little bit like a blue fragrance, very versatile. You can use it in lots of different situations. If you wanted to, you could almost view this fragrance as a grown-up blue fragrance, a more mature blue fragrance if you wanted to, because it does have that kind of versatility to it. I don't think it's as youthful as most blue fragrances out there, so that's why I kind of give it that caveat. Like a blue fragrance, but a little bit grown up. My favorite parts of the fragrance are the opening and the mid. The dry down's not bad, but I don't think it's as good as the opening and the mid are, at least for my personal taste. In terms of seasons, like I said, lots of versatility here. If I had to choose, maybe spring and fall, but really you could use it year round if you wanted to. And you can use it day or night, because it does have fresh aspects to it. But as it dries down, it does have more woody aspects with little bits of incense. So day or night for me. Like most Bentley for Men fragrances, you can find it for a pretty good price, and I think for the price that you can find it for, it's worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of the line and you wanted to complete the collection. Though the first ones I would check out, if you haven't done so already, like I mentioned a couple times, are Bentley for Men Intense and Bentley for Men Absolute. If you do find this in a rack store for a good price, 30 bucks or under, I think it's worth scooping up. Like I said, lots of versatility, lots of use can be had from this fragrance right here. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me with this one right here. If you have smelled this fragrance, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all of your support. Stay safe out there. See you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.